The NSA has apparently been up to no good, but not in the usual sense. Instead of spying on Americans without warrants, it seems the NSA has now shifted its focus to, you guessed it, diversity, equity, and inclusion. The NSA has compiled possibly the most expansive glossary of DEI terms the world has ever seen. And it begs the question, is the NSA running like the biggest psyop in American history? Or are they too corrupted by the managerial HR culture that dominates every aspect of modern society? Why is the NSA creating a glossary of woke terms? The glossary itself states, quote, "The following is a glossary of terms and commonly used language in dialogue regarding diversity, equity, inclusion, and social justice to be used as a reference." This glossary and its definitions provide a starting point for engaging in open and honest conversation, and it's a tool meant to build shared language and understanding. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Feels so much better now. Let's take a look at what this shared language and understanding actually sounds like. These are the terms: white fragility, white privilege, white supremacy, even whiteness, which the report that the NSA put out defines as, quote, "a broad social construction that embraces the white culture, history, ideology, radicalization, expressions, experiences, emotions, and behaviors, all in order to reap material, political, economic, and structural benefits for those socially deemed white." Wow. What does it mean to be socially deemed white? I thought that the color of your skin was an immutable trait. And why is it whenever white people are seeking some sort of advancement in the economy or culture or national security, it's all meant to reap the benefits for those who are culturally white? No group of humans in all of human history has ever been without a series of pretty bad actions, right? You get a group of humans together for long enough, we do bad things to one another. That goes back to biblical times. But white people have built some of the most durable and inclusive civilizations that have ever existed. And of course, mistakes have been made along the way. And that is why we strive to be a more perfect union that does not judge people based on their immutable traits like the color of their skin. But now the NSA is putting reports together saying if you're deemed socially white, anything you do has got to be viewed through this lens of the advancement of one group of people at the expense of another. When the reality is the United States of America has been a platform for people of all kind and color and creed to advance. And so what the NSA is pushing is a load of insane, bigoted nonsense. And these are just a few of the 327 social justice terms listed in their glossary to blame white Europeans for engaging in settler colonialism. Settler colonialism. It's one of those terms that's gaining popularity with Hamas supporters. Apparently, Jews and Israelis are the white colonizers now. Welcome to the club, I guess. Now, second to the anti-white rhetoric in this NSA report, we get a bizarre transgender vernacular emerging. The list that they have produced seems to make up every pronoun under the sun. And every now and then, there's a little comic relief with terms like transmisogyny. I had to look at that one a couple times. Transmisogyny, they describe as the intersection of transphobia and misogyny. The irrational fear of, aversion to, or discrimination against transgender people. Transmisogyny is often directed at trans women in particular. So after billions of dollars in funding, little oversight, the NSA has now taken it upon themselves to decide that men can now be misogynistic to other men. What a breakthrough. Your tax dollars at work. Meanwhile, China and Russia beating us on hypersonics, but we've figured out that men can be misogynist to men. Wow, what an advancement. Just about the only thing that this report doesn't explain is what business the NSA has in cataloging and promoting any of this hysterical, mentally ill lunacy. Big Brother getting into CRT should concern us, and if we don't nip it in the bud right now, we're going to be paying for it. Imagine the NSA intercepting your text messages and flagging any material deemed to support extremist beliefs like there are only two genders, or men can't be misogynist to other men, or I'm not sorry that my ancestors created Western civilization. Perhaps they're already doing this. After all, we learn oftentimes after the fact of the NSA's violations of the law and our civil liberties. What else would they be keeping a glossary like this for? As insane as it is, it's dangerous, and the NSA owes the American people an explanation. We can't let this continue. History is fraught with mass hysteria like this, and sadly, the good guys don't always win. We need to put an end to it before we figure out what it looks like when the CRT regime is lashed to the most exquisite spying and surveillance tools that have ever existed on the planet Earth. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel with notifications turned on. You won't want to miss any of the breaking news.